Hey there, welcome to the channel. My name is Becky and this is Brea Makes Art, and today we are going to be playing with these Caran D'ache colored pencils that I got for Christmas. I have heard so much about these online that I had to put them on my wish list, and thankfully I did get them for Christmas. I got the set of 20 colored pencils, and apparently these have the highest light fastness of colored pencils on the market. I have not tried them out. They do come in some very nice packaging. This is, like I said, the set of 20, and each of the pencils is very secure in this package, so they shouldn't have had any breakage or anything like that, and they look beautiful. They're already sharpened, so they're good to go. I think the first thing that I'm going to do is just take my little swatch book that you've seen me use a couple times now. This is the painter's color diary, and just kind of swatch out the pencils in here to see what I think about the colors, to see what I think about kind of how they feel, how they perform, that sort of thing. I am not a professional colored pencil artist or anything like that, so I'm just going to give you my honest opinions, so take it with a grain of salt. All right, let's start off and just take a quick peek at some of the pencils here. So this is the black pencil. It does have a number on here and a name, so we know that this is the Noir or Black and 009. It is a nice wood pencil. It's pretty light. It feels kind of lighter than I would have expected it to, but looks like the lead is pretty well centered in the pencil, so I'm just going to go ahead and scribble it on here and give it a try and just kind of get my first impressions on how it feels. I have used the Prismacolors a lot in the past, and they are the older Prismacolors, and I really like how they feel, so we'll see if I like how these guys feel or not, if they're scratchy, if they're smooth, that sort of thing. So let's just go ahead and just get started here. This is a watercolor paper, so you can definitely see the texture through there. And if I push down a lot, I can definitely get some darker color. It's a little drier than what a Prismacolor is, but overall it doesn't feel too bad. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. This is one of the things that I don't like about colored pencil, and obviously, you know, if you use it on paper that isn't so textured, you don't get that, but, you know, I don't like how you can see the texture of the paper through with colored pencils in general, but I think it's fine. And then we're just going to go ahead and swatch all the rest of these, and so we'll probably speed this up so you don't have to watch me swatching all of this, because that's kind of boring. The pencils, the lead seems very hard, so I didn't wear down very much, even though I was pressing pretty hard in order to see how opaque they would get. So that's really nice. So I don't expect to get a lot of breakage out of these pencils. So that's really nice. That's one of the things that I have always been bummed about with the Prismacolors, is that the lead does break a lot, and so you end up kind of going through the pencil really fast because of that breakage, but you do get that really nice, smooth, creamy feeling to the lead, so it's kind of a trade-off. That makes sense that the lead is softer, so it's going to break easier, but it's also kind of a bummer that that happens. Alright, so I have finished swatching all of the colors here, and all the colors are very nice. I didn't expect any of them to be opaque enough to really cover the black line, and they didn't. That's just kind of expected from a colored pencil. I haven't tried any blending with these, so let me go ahead and get something out so I can try some blending on some smoother paper, because I think that's going to work a lot better. I think in order to give these a go, let's just go ahead and do a little bit of coloring book work here. This is the Mystic World coloring book by Kirby Rosanes. Oops, you can kind of see the cover here. I really like the artwork in here, and this is Baba Yaga, and I'm just going to go ahead and start coloring this in, and just kind of let's see how these guys perform. Before we start talking about the colored pencils, since I'm coloring in a picture of Baba Yaga, I thought I'd talk a little bit about that character. Baba Yaga is from Slavic folklore and is often depicted as an old woman who fries up and eats children. But she's not always depicted as evil. In some tales, she's actually a nice old woman who helps out the hero. And in even other tales, she's actually a set of 3 sisters, all named Baba Yaga. It seems that she's very consistently presented as living in a hut deep in the forest that has chicken legs and can basically move around on its own. She's also often pictured as flying around on either a broom or a mortar wielding a pestle. In case you're unfamiliar, a mortar and pestle are used in the kitchen to smash up spices and herbs, and the mortar kind of resembles a cauldron. She's often depicted as an old woman who is quite repulsive to look on, which is why I'm coloring her skin green. In so many ways, the character of Baba Yaga bucks the traditional role of women. She's independent, she doesn't raise children, but instead eats them. She knows and owns her power and is not all good nor all evil. I had known the name Baba Yaga before this, but didn't really know the character before now. After doing this research, I really like this character, and I may have to explore her further. Alrighty, oopsies, here comes a test of these pencils. Let's see how well they sharpen. I have done just the color swatching and this skull here with this pencil, and it's a little bit dull, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a quick sharpen and see if we have any breakage, see how quickly and easily it sharpens. That was really nice. This is the Prismacolor pencil sharpener that I got a while ago on suggestion of someone to sharpen your Prismacolor pencils and avoid breakage. It does work really well. Okay, onto the pencils themselves. My original thought when I was swatching them was that the lead was hard, but after actually using them on this piece, I would say that it's a little bit softer than I originally thought. I had to sharpen the dark blue pencil quite a few times during the drawing since I used it a lot to color in the sky in the background. It dulled quite quickly. The colors blend beautifully with very little effort. When working on Baba Yaga's face, I put down a layer of light green and then just very gently put down some darker green on top, and it blended so beautifully without having to really work at it at all. Like I said, I ended up sharpening the one pencil quite a few times, and I didn't have any issues with the core breaking on it, which is a common problem with the Prismacolor pencils. But I will say that there was only the one pencil that I sharpened a number of times, so if there is a problem with the cores breaking, I may not have noticed it. But from what I have read online and from what I have heard from other people, that is not something that happens very often with the Caran D'ache pencils. Overall, I really enjoyed working with these pencils. Do I like them more than my Prismacolors? Yes. Do I want to pay 2.6 times more for them? Do I like them that much more than the Prismacolors? No, probably not. And yeah, I did the math. For the Caran D'ache pencils that I have here, the set of 20 is about $52, which ends up being about $2.60 per pencil. And for Prismacolors, you can get a set of 24 for about $24. So that ends up being $1 per pencil. So the Caran D'ache pencils are about 2.6 times the price of the Prismacolors. Now for that money, you do get better quality, and I'm putting a little bit of air quotes around that. By better quality, I'm talking about the Caran D'ache, the Luminance in particular, have a really high light fastness rating, which means that like if this is exposed to light, the colors aren't going to fade nearly as much as they would with a Prismacolor. You also get a better quality lead. Like I said, I didn't have any issues with any breakage, and from what I have heard and read online, that is not a common issue with the Caran D'ache pencils, where it is definitely a common issue with your Prismacolor pencils. If I were a colored pencil artist, I would probably buy the Caran D'ache pencils and use those because, like I said, I feel like the quality is much better. There is less breakage, there's really good color payoff, and you get that light fastness bonus. But since I am not a colored pencil artist, I may opt for the Prismacolors just because they are so much more cost effective. Having said that, I could see myself buying some individual Caran D'ache colored pencils to just kind of fill out my collection. I really hate how the Prismacolors break, and like I said, I haven't seen that problem with these, and if that continues to be true, I could totally see myself just buying a few individual ones to just fill things out a little bit. But if I were going to buy a set of colored pencils, I would probably buy Prismacolors because I do really like them, and it is just so much more cost effective. So in the end, are the Caran d'Ache worth the added price? I would say that if you are a professional colored pencil artist or someone who wants to start making a living or making some money doing some colored pencil art, I would say, yeah, probably they are worth it because they do have that additional light fastness rating and they don't break as often. And from what I have read online, they don't have that issue with the wax bloom that the Prismacolors do. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed watching me use these Prismacolor color pencils, and here is the final piece. I'm really happy with it. I like that kind of gradient from the top to the bottom, and like I said, the blending was beautiful, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I guess I'll see you guys next week. Bye.